Okay, this is the video for interior and exterior angles of a triangle. So there's a couple websites for you to visit to see the interior and exterior angles of a triangle, and then I'm just going to explain the examples. So you want to, number one says find the missing interior angle measure. So the interior angles of a triangle are on the inside. So your triangle has the three sides, and then here's your angles that make up the triangle. So the three interior angles that are on the inside have to add up to 180 degrees. So our x would be 180 degrees minus 60 minus 70. So whatever's left over is our x, because they have to equal 180. So x is 50 degrees. Same thing for the second one. You want to find the value of x in this triangle. So again, the interior angles just have to add up to 180 degrees. So if we take 180 degrees and subtract off 32 and 24, that'll give us what x has to be, which would be 124 degrees. So for number 3, it says to set up an equation and find the three interior angles of a triangle. So anytime you're given a problem, you want to draw a picture. So it doesn't matter what kind of triangle you draw. You can just draw any old triangle. And because pictures help, especially in geometry, pictures help. So it says one angle is twice the smallest angle. The other angle is 60 degrees more than the smallest angle. And what are the angles of the triangle? So I'm going to call x my smallest angle of the triangle. So I'm going to put x here. That's my smallest angle. And you can put x anywhere, it really doesn't matter, just because your triangles don't have to be drawn to scale, so just stick x somewhere. So one angle is twice the smallest angle, so that means it's 2 times x if you do twice the smallest. And the other is 60 degrees more than the smallest, so that would mean we add x plus 60. You could also do 60 plus x, but usually whatever, like if you read this here, anytime you see the word than, whatever is after than, put that first, so the smallest angle should go first, and then put plus 60. And I do that because if it's less than, it matters. So if it's less than, you would have to say x 60 degrees less than x would be x minus 60. So I'll just always tell everybody, if you see the word than, whatever is after than goes first. So that's why I write x plus 60. Okay, so here's my three interior angles. They have to add up to 180 degrees. So if I take x, my smallest angle, plus 2x plus x plus 60, I have to get 180 degrees. So x plus 2x plus x gives me 4x. Plus 60 is 180, and I can subtract 60. 180 minus 60, if I subtract it on both sides, is 120. And then divide by 4. X divided by 4, 120 divided by 4 is 30. So I know 30 is my x. So the thing is, though, you're not done. Don't forget, it says find all the angles of the triangle, so don't forget to go plug it in here and here so that you can figure out what they all are. So 30 is x. So 2 times x is 60. If I do 2 times 30, I get 60 degrees. And x plus 60, so 30 plus 60, I get 90 degrees. So the three angles of my triangle for this one would be 30, 60, 90. And so it's not a right triangle. I didn't draw that to start with because I guess technically I knew since I have the answers next to me, but you don't know that it's going to come out to be a right triangle. So, you know, like I said, it doesn't matter. Just as long as you have a triangle, you can say whatever and you can fix it if you want to, but I'm not really worried about that. Okay, so I think I can fit number 4 right here. So it says in triangle ABC, so I'm going to draw a triangle ABC here. ABC. The measure of angle B is 50 degrees, so this is 50. The measure of angle C is 76 degrees. And so you want to find the measure of an exterior angle at A. So we've talked about the interior angles add up to 180, so these are on the inside. So your exterior angle would be, if you extend this line out, then you have this interior angle, and then this is your exterior angle, because it's outside the triangle. Or the same thing, you can extend the line out this way and get an exterior angle. You can extend a line out, you know, whichever way to get exterior angles, so they're on the outside of the triangle. So there's two ways you can do this one. The first way is that, so this is our exterior angle, and we'll call it X over here, exterior angle X. So the exterior angle is the sum of the two opposite interior angles. So you don't use this one, you do the sum of the two opposite ones. So they're on the opposite side. So here's my exterior angle, opposite would be over here. So if you add these two together, that gives me my exterior angle. So that's one option. So X is 50 plus 76, which is 126 degrees. You can do it that way. Or you can also, you could find the measure at angle A, because we know we've got two angles here. We know that the three interior angles have to add up to 180. So I'm going to do the measure of angle A would be 180 minus 50 minus 76, which is 54 degrees. So I know this angle has to be 54 degrees using the 180 degree rule that they have to add up to. And then, if you notice, mine's not a straight line, but anyways, you have this line here that I extended out. You should know that a straight line is 180 degrees. So 180 degrees would be what these two angles have to add up to. The exterior angle and the interior angle would have to add up to 180 degrees. So if I take 180 degrees minus 54, because they're on the same line, they have to add up to 180 degrees, I still get 126, which is the same answer. So let me do a, let me draw a squiggle here. So first option is that the exterior angle is the sum of the opposite interior angles. Second option is you can find this third angle, and then because they're on the same line, they have to add up to 180 degrees. They're supplementary. And either way, you should come up with the same answer. Okay. For number 5, we have in triangle PQR. So I'm going to draw another triangle here, PQR. So here's PQR. Oops. PQR. An exterior angle at R is represented by 6x plus 11. So here's, we're going to draw our exterior angle. So we just extend that line out and we put 6x plus 11. If the two non-adjacent interior angles are represented by 3x plus 10 and 2x plus 4, find the value of x. Okay, so the non-adjacent interior angles. So the adjacent angle would be this angle here that it's next to. So adjacent means that it's next to it. So this here is your adjacent angle right here. Because you're on the same angle here, they're adjacent next to each other. So the non-adjacent interior angles would be the opposite ones. Another word would be using opposite like we used in the last problem. So the opposite or non-adjacent are represented by, what did it say, 3x plus 10 and 2x plus 4. Okay, so we're going to use the rule that that I used on the first, doing that the first way last time, that the exterior angle is the sum of the two opposite interior angles, or what would also be non-adjacent interior angles. So we're going to say that the, let me write it here, the measure of angle P plus the measure of angle Q, that's our two opposite or non-adjacent interior angles is equal to my exterior angle at R. So, measure of angle P I've got is 3x plus 10. Measure of angle Q I've got is 2x plus 4 is equal to my exterior angle, which is here, 6x plus 11. And then I'll just solve this equation. So 3x and 2x gives me 5x. 10 plus 4 gives me 14. And then I still have 6x plus 11. I'm going to subtract 5x over just so it's positive instead of negative. So 6x minus 5x is x. Then that means I got to bring 11 over to this side. So minus 11 here, minus 11 here. So 14 minus 11 is 3. So my x is 3, and I'm done. Okay, so for that one, you had to use the fact that it was the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two opposite or non-adjacent interior angles. You could technically use 180 degrees because you could say, okay, the measure of angle R is 180 minus 3x plus 10 minus 2x plus 4, and then let's see how you would have to do that. I think that would get a little more complicated. I'd have to write it down, I think, because I can't do it all in my head. And then you could say that this and this adds up to 180, but it's a lot easier for this particular problem if you just use the fact that the exterior angle is equal to the sum of these two opposite or non-adjacent interior angles. Okay, so for the last one, for interior and exterior angles, so this is a little bit shorter section, I think. You have, find the measure of an exterior angle at the base of an isosceles triangle whose vertex measures 44 degrees. Okay, so an isosceles triangle is equilateral, means they're all the same size. The sides and everything's the same. Isosceles means that the two angles on the bottom, or at the base, wherever the base is, but I usually draw it so the base is on my bottom. So here's my base. The two angles on the bottom have to be equal. So this has to equal this for isosceles. And then the two legs would have to be equal as well. Not that we need that for this particular problem, but just as a review of an isosceles triangle. So this has to be B and this has to be B because they have to be the same to make it isosceles. And the vertex, so that's the other angle, is up here, is 44 degrees. Okay, so we want to find the measure of an exterior angle. So what we're really looking for is an exterior angle that we'll call X out here. So we want to find the measure of an exterior angle at the base of an isosceles triangle. So we want to find this. So the first thing to do would be to find what's my base angle. My base angles, they have to be the same. So again, the interior angles have to add up to 180. So if I take B plus 44, I have to get 180. So that would give me 2B plus 44 is 180. If I subtract 44, I get 2B is 136, and I divide and I get 68. So my base angles are 68 degrees. So this, let me just put 68 and 68. So my base angles are 68 degrees. So then my exterior angle, again, you can do it one of two ways. You can either say, okay, these are supplementary, so they have to add up to 180. So 180 minus 68 would be the answer. Or it's the sum of the opposite interior angles. So if I add these two together, I'll get the answer. So whichever way you want to do it. So the exterior angle X is either equal to 68 plus 44, which is 112. Or again, you could say that it's equal to, let me put or you can say that it is, because these are supplementary, it is 180 minus 68, which is still 112. So either way you want to do it, you get the same answer. Okay, so interior angles add up to 180. Exterior angle is supplementary to the interior angle, so they add up to 180, or it's the sum of the opposite non-adjacent interior angles. So that's it for this section. If you have any questions about anything, please send me a message.